Okay, so today is the 6th day of Tammuz, the 2nd of July. And so we talked about Chassidus some more yesterday. Yeah, it's 5 minutes, whatever we get in. So let's read a little bit more.
I didn't see you were setting up this one.
So we're on page 96. 96. Okay, so we said that really Hashem, first of all, enclosed himself in wisdom, in Chokhmah. And from Chokhmah, everything else comes. So that's meaning the verse, Kulam Chokhmah Sita. You've made everything with wisdom. And we're about 15 lines from the bottom on the left-hand side. שנתלבש בבחינה זו נקרא חוכמה, ובא ועל ידה העיר והשפיע בנבראים. ומן החוכמה כבר יכול להיות התחלקות, לפי שאינה בערך עצמותו כנ"ל. Wisdom can already divide into multiplicity. And this has to do with what we explained yesterday, like this idea that there's a triangle, and you have in your mind that the sum of its vertices is 180 degrees, and you have, and I have, and it's fine. Even though it's one thing, it divides. It's not like saying Hashem is in your mind and in your mind and in your mind, in my mind, because then you would have to say that Hashem is somehow splitting himself. And we don't say that, because there's actually a triangle in your mind when you think about it. There's actually something like that. There's something going on. Your mind is not just, it's not like when we say Hashem is everywhere. He's everywhere equally. It's not the same, because he's equally here. So I don't bow down to this but if I would have to, like we have this idea about the Torah is Hashem's wisdom also. Usually when we say, Oraita mi chokhmah napakt, the Torah came out of wisdom. What does that mean? It means that when you pass by me and you have a lot of Torah in you, what am I supposed to do? What do I do when you pass by me and you're a big Talmud Chacham?
Wow.
I stand up.
Yes, so you're right.
Why do I stand up? Because there's something in you. I don't do that because there's Hashem in you. Hashem is different. I can't say the same thing about Hashem. But the wisdom, when you've collected a lot of wisdom in your mind, in your head, then I have to stand before you because it's really there. So that's the wisdom of Hashem. That can really divide. That can be here and here and here, and each one is separate and distinct. Because it's not just distinct in the Torah. You see that every Chacham, every scholar, every Talmud Chacham, he understands the sugya different. He has a different take on it. They don't agree even. Hashem, I can't say that. So that's how wisdom separates. It does separate. So Hashem, I say the Torah and Hashem are one thing. What do I mean they're one thing? Because He created everything through the Torah. He created everything through the wisdom is the same thing. It's really saying the same thing. They're not exactly the same thing because there is a very important difference. I don't want to get into the distinction right now. But in principle, that's why we say that Hashem looked in the Torah and created the world. Because it's like the wisdom. Kulam b'chokhmah asita. What is His wisdom? His wisdom is the Torah. V'im ken, מאחר שהוא משפיע על ידה, לא יימנע שאף על פי שהוא אחד פשוט, יהיה משפיע דברים חלוקים. So we see that He can divide into different separate understandings, wisdoms, takes on the whole thing. And they're chalukim, and they're separate, not just separate, they actually disagree. Like we just said, the scholars can disagree. And so He is giving from His wisdom, but He's enclosed in His wisdom. So it's like what we were talking about knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge here are almost interchangeable. Why did the Rambam choose da'at, knowledge, and not wisdom? That's a very big question. I don't have a very good answer for it. I can quote historical reasons, but I don't have a very good answer for it. In any case, וסדר התחלקות היינו בחינת 10 ספירות שנאצלו מן החוכמה. And the divisions start with the 10 sfirot that came out of wisdom. The 10 sfirot really start with wisdom. Wisdom is the beginning. Reishit chokhmah. The beginning is wisdom. So in every world, wisdom is the beginning of the creation of that world. In every reality, wisdom is the beginning. And we talked in length about that. In every reality. So like for instance, in a person who now is going to be like 10 sfirot. So he's a world. Yeah. So the beginning of all his being starts from his wisdom. What is the wisdom? So we say in Chassidus, the wisdom is this nullification to Hashem. It's like, again, it's the only container that can contain the infinite, as it were, that Hashem can enclose himself, as it were, inside. We said it's called the beginning, Reshit. And through these 10, now everything is separate. ולכן התחלקו הנבראים לפי הכלי שהשפיע על ידה, כמו ההשפעה הבאה על ידי מידת החסד, היא כדוגמת החסד. And now, so in a world we also have different people, not just one person. It can be one person. So we would say the chesed goes into the right hand. So, or in people we would say there's a person who's more chesed, and a person who's more bina, who is more gvura. In the scholars we say the same thing. Says the Arizal, the Rambam is the left side of he's like the bina, okay? The Rambam is like the bina, and the Ramban, Nachmanides, he's the chokhmah. In their age, that's how it was divided. And then you keep going down, and you see that all the scholars they divide according to the different sfirot. So Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai. So Beis Hillel is more chesed, and Beis Shammai is more gvura. Okay. Did he start? Because there is a minyan. I don't know. ולכן התחלקו הנבראים לפי הכלי שהשפיע על ידה כמו השפעה באה על ידי מידת חסד, היא כדוגמת החסד, והם אור ומים שנבראו ביום ראשון, שהאיר מידת החסד. And he says this is the light and the water that was created on the first day, the day on which, okay, now we have this whole thing. Okay, now we start. So and we have this whole thing that on the first day of creation was midas chesed. That was loving kindness. And the second day is gvura, and the third day is tiferes, and so on. And Shabbos is malchus. Okay. So from chesed we got two things. We got chesed and gvura in chesed. He says, what is that? The light and the water. That the light, no, sorry, they're not chesed and gvura. They're both chesed. Light is chesed, and the water is also chesed. So, and then we continue on. That all the things created on the second day are gvura. All the things created on the third day are tiferes, and so on. So gvura usually is either we say that it's gold and silver. The gold is gvura, the silver is chesed. Or we'll have to talk about that tomorrow.